of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Jamaica, we have been tested before, and every time we rise. Together, we will rebuild stronger, safer, and united. Hope lives here. The time by the office of the Prime Minister is
7 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour.
Welcome to the Consumer Hour. Good morning. You're tuned in to the Consumer Hour. I'm Tona Thomas sitting in for Norgay Banton NGB. Good morning to you wherever in the world you are. Good morning to our YouTubers who are tuned in on Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. As usual, let me make my way over into the chat and see who is out early for the Consumer Hour. As usual, Albert Morgan, top of the morning to you, Albert Morgan, out early. Hello as well to Rick Jam, NYC, my friend. Good morning. And Albert is saying, good morning, Tana. Happy birthday. It's my mom's birthday, Albert. But thank you so much for the greeting. And I'm also seeing out early David Nebar. This is Merlene Russell. Good morning. Hello to you as well, Errol Townsend. I'm also seeing out early in the chat Monique Hunter, and there is also Sonia Hutton, Sharon Bryan. I'm also seeing Kirkland Salmon. There is also Jean Sellers, my friend. Good morning, Jean, down there in St. Elizabeth. Hello, good morning. Hope you guys are having a good one so far. Rupert Wilson, Lorna Davis. And am I missing anybody out early? James Benta. Good morning to you, James Benta. Are you new to the chat? Do let me know. Good morning to you. All of you, welcome in the YouTube chat. Happy to have you this Thursday morning. If it is that you're on the FM band, 90.3, 90.9, 90.7, or 90.5, good morning to all of you as well out there in Radioland. And good morning to you if you're joining us on the Nationwide app, or if you're listening from the website, good morning. Today on the Consumer Hour, we're taking your calls on consumer-related issues, and the numbers, let me put them out early. The numbers, 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9374, and there's also 618-6730. Before we get to your calls, there are some updates from the National Water Commission. Customers in Easington, Mesga Gardens, and surrounding areas in St. Thomas are advised that their water supply will be temporarily disrupted from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursday, January 8. So today, from 9 a.m., so about now to 9 p.m., your water supply will be disrupted, and the National Water Commission says this disruption is to facilitate the NWC in carrying out emergency mechanical repairs at the Albion Heights facility. Additional areas to be affected include Marabella Estate, Albion Heights, Grandspan, 11 miles sections of Norwich and Woodburn. The NWC, of course, apologizing for the inconvenience this disruption may cause, and is saying to you that it appreciates your patience and understanding. There's also customers served by the Porus pumping station in Manchester. They're being advised that operations at the facility have been reduced to 50% capacity due to a mechanical issue as well. As a result, they will experience low water pressure or periods without water. The National Water Commission says it's making every effort to resolve the issue and resume full operation at the facility by Friday, January 16, 2026. Now, the areas affected include Porus, Trinity, Redberry, Comfort, Broadleaf, Royal Flat, Williamsfield, Land Settlement, Melrose Mews, HS, Hanbury, Kendall, New Green, Ingleside, sections of Greyground, Grove Place, Tree Chains, Patrick Road, Gordon Road are also affected. I'm being told that there are some other updates as well. So just refreshing my updates here to ensure that I provide you guys with all the updates. Outside of updates from the National Water Commission having to do with supply of the commodity, there's also a curfew in sections of Kingston Eastern. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in sections of the Kingston Eastern Police Division. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, January 7, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Friday, January 9. Now, the boundaries of the curfew include Mountain Ridge, Mountain View Primary to Cane River Falls, east along Cane River Falls to the bridge at 10 miles Bull Bay, south along that bridge at 10 miles Bull Bay to Flag Circle, and west along South Camp Road from Flag Circle to Vineyard Road and inline to Mountain View Primary School. During the hours of the curfew, as has always been reported, persons within the boundaries of the curfew are required to remain indoors unless otherwise authorized by the person in charge of enforcing the curfew, or the ground command as we call it. Also, a 48-hour curfew has been imposed for the communities of Brooks Level and Airy Castle in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, January 7, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. Friday, January 9. The boundaries of that curfew, north from Golden Spring Road in St. Andrew. The curfew also includes boundaries having to do with Brooks Level Road to the intersection of Airy Castle Road and Boundin Hill Road. There's also east from Airy Castle Road and Boundin Hill to the intersection of Airy Castle Drive and Lipscomb Avenue, south of Airy Castle Drive and Lipscomb Avenue to the intersection of Stony Hill Road and Seaview Road, and west from the intersection of Stony Hill Road and Seaview to Golden Spring Road in St. Andrew. Again, persons within those boundaries required to remain indoors unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. I'm seeing your comments out early in the chat as well. Lorna Davis is saying to me, Tana, please see if you can get Flow for us because we're not hearing from them. And I believe, Lorna, because I did put back your comments in my notes before I came on air, you're in Binloss, Ewerton in Linstead. Binloss, Ewerton in Linstead. So when you say you're not hearing from Flow, meaning you've called and there's just no connection with a personnel from the telecommunications company to speak with you, what do you mean when you say that you're not hearing from them? Or is it that you've lodged their complaints and they have not reached back out to you? Let me know. We're going to take a break. So Lorna, my producer Michelle, is also saying that we had placed our WhatsApp number in the chat for you to send us your information, but she wasn't seeing your information sent to our WhatsApp number. If it is that you want our WhatsApp number again, we're going to issue that after the break. You're listening to the Consumer Hour.
Dear listeners, trying to reach us? Contact us at 876-618-6731 for updates, assistance, or general queries. We appreciate your patience and look forward to connecting with you.
Cliff Says is by far the most popular mid-morning radio segment in Jamaica. Cliff Hughes shares his views on the hot-button topics of the day, editorializing on various issues in the news, breaking news stories, and expounding on stories. Cliff Says sets the tone of the show for the rest of the day. Join the award-winning journalist Cliff Hughes weekdays during Cliff Hughes Online at 10 to 10:30 a.m. Join the revolution in media.
Welcome back to the Consumer Hour this Thursday morning, Thursday, January 8, 2026. And the numbers 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-6730. I see Lorna in the chat saying, Flo, we need our internet and cable service, please. Flo, we need our internet and cable service, please. And Lorna is our YouTuber who is in Binloss on Yorton Main Road in Linstead. And I recall Lorna saying that Flo, they have been without internet service since December 15. So it's almost a month that there has been no internet service for the people there in Binloss. So Lorna had indicated that they get a ticket, they make a complaint, get a ticket, and then they're told as well 3 to 5 days, before they can respond and, action the complaint. And then those days passed and they're getting another 3 to 5 days on a ticket. And it just keeps going on as a cycle. But what needs to happen is that the people over there in Binloss need to get their internet service reconnected. So Flo, again, putting out an appeal for Lorna Davis and the members of that community that they are without internet service since December 15. Lorna says, I went there last Wednesday and got a number, and they said by 3 to 5 business days a technician will visit, and nothing has happened. So she got a number, which is what she said, I believe it was on Tuesday as well. They keep issuing numbers, tickets, and telling her 3 to 5 days, a technician will visit, and nobody's showing up, Flo. Nobody's showing up for the people of Binloss from your company. And they're still without internet, no service being provided there. And I wouldn't be surprised if Lorna tells me that a bill is generated with the same fixed amount, telling her to pay it, even though she has not been getting any service in her area. Common stories you hear when persons call the Consumer Hour with Nora. I am here experiencing those same concerns. For those of you who were seeking the WhatsApp number, Michelle is also sending out the WhatsApp number. So for those of you with complaints, you can also send them to our WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is 876-280-6629. 876-280-6629. So you can WhatsApp your complaints and the information to that number, or give us a call and we'll say publicly what the issues are and make an appeal on your behalf. And Lorna says, yes, I know a bill soon come out. Yeah, as is the common cry of a lot of Jamaicans who they're not accessing a service, they're not accessing a product, and at the end of the month, a bill is still generated. Isn't there some way for systems set up in these companies to generate a bill that says $0 for service applied for the month? So you send me something, but the bill shouldn't say an amount on it as if I was accessing and using the service for a period when I wasn't. Yeah, why can't the bill be generated, and when I open the bill, whether on my phone or physically from an envelope, it says $0 on the paper? Why can't that be the situation? Yeah, and then persons are told about rebates or refunds or whatever the case might be, and for some of them it takes quite some time. So Lorna, like many Jamaicans out there, saying, I know a bill soon come out. But of course, you know what to do, Lorna, when you get the bill. Yeah, you don't pay it. And you indicate to Flo that you're not going to pay it because, listen, you weren't accessing a service. They weren't providing a service to you since December 15. So why should you be paying the bill? For my friends over there in Alexandria, I did get a call as well on Tuesday from my friends over there in Alexandria, who I believe were similarly having issues with either internet or was it water. If you could reach back out to me this morning and let me know if it is that any of those entities, I don't remember which of the services it was, if all is well for you now. And there was also one of our YouTubers, Heather Crandon, who had complained about Friendship District in St. Andrew. Friendship District in St. Andrew. And you remember Heather saying from July of last year, there has been no water in the pipes. And Heather still has to be paying the bills. No water in the pipes, but month after month, a bill is generated as if she is accessing the commodity. Yeah, why can't it be a case where, okay, the bill is generated because she's still an active customer. She's not cut off from NWC. She's still an active customer signed up to the NWC. But why can't it be that the bill is generated and it says $0 or something like that? Why is the bill being generated with an amount as if she's still using the service when she's not? And then month after month, that is the situation. What takes place within the system of a Flo or a Digicel or NWC why the bills can't be generated to say $0? Yeah. Aside from the standard charges, Sue, I note your comment. Aside from that, but in terms of usage, that aspect of it, because it appears as if Heather was saying that the bill is being generated as if she's still accessing the commodity, like she used the water over the yard. And nobody has been using she has not had access to the commodity, to water at that house from July. And month after month, she's still getting a bill. She's still having to pay a bill that makes it appear as if she's using the commodity or she's accessing the commodity and she's not getting it. So that's my concern there. Again, our numbers, this is the Consumer Hour. We focus on consumer-related issues. It's open house Thursday. So we're open to taking your calls this morning, 630-9371-4. Chris, you're up first. Good morning.
Charity.
Yes.
Good morning. How you doing?
Top of the morning. I'm doing good. How are you?
Well, me good enough. We check all the flow lines to call you. We not get enough service this year to call Flow to call your company. That's why I have to help on the digital line.
Where are you?
In the Spanish Town area.
You're in Spanish Town, and you're saying that the Flow service, the
when we
network.
Dial to call you, we get in a recording.
Oh, you're calling Nationwide's Flow line.
Yeah, I'm getting a recording.
Oh, the Flow line is done, I'm being told. I thought you were having issues using your Flow phone where you are.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm being told that the Flow line is done. We apologize for that. Yes.
It's some judge swearing right here. What am I swearing for? What the purpose? What
Could you repeat, Chris? Could you repeat?
No, I see some judge swearing Monday. Let's say which department them are. Because I have a family member, Tana.
Yes.
I have a document on the big boss desk. This year only 2 years. Just to sign,
You have a document and what?
And the chief, the head of what do you call
the Chief again? Justice?
Yeah. And it's this default judgment over Supreme Court. This year they'll make 2 years just to sign. And I'll know, Tana, the person that got dead without have a paper in hand and say justice as served.
So what's causing the delay in that signing happening?
I don't know, Tana. I don't know. This one was a judge hearing.
You're the one in the matter or someone else? You're speaking on someone else's behalf? You're coming in a bit muffled though, Chris. Could you repeat?
Yeah, you know, I said it's a family member.
Okay. Now, can I ask you, what has a family member done over that period in relation to having that document signed?
I know the document that the chief judge have to sign it.
Oh, I understand what you're saying now. Oh, and it has been 2 years and that has not been done.
2 years, it's in this office. We even write a letter to Miss Bailey with the case number and everything.
That's an attorney? That's a lawyer?
No, Miss Bailey, she's the general secretary for the court of
Okay,
down there.
And what did she say?
I got no response from her. And then we passed on the case
When was
number
that?
to Mr. Chuck.
When was that?
The third quarter last year. Now we give Mr. Chuck the case number to Minister Chuck.
And what did the minister say?
He said we don't pass it on. And now we can't get nowhere.
When did you speak with Minister Chuck?
No, Miss Banton and Miss Michelle did send out the number to him.
Okay.
And you may talk about it on the program.
Yes, and that was in the third quarter of last year as well?
Yes, miss. Yes, ma'am.
All right,
And we
so...
don't hear anything.
Yes. What I'm going to do is to ask Michelle for a follow-up if she had heard back anything as well from the minister in relation to that, since this is a issue that you have brought to the consumer or already. So...
And then another thing, Sana.
Yes.
When you call Supreme Court, you can't get nowhere. It's just kick you.
Meaning nobody answers the phone?
You said me done $500 credit last year, Mom, by just calling them in one day. The system just fell.
What?
You can't get nowhere. You tell all the details right, tell us, press 1, press 2 for that. You press all of them and you can't get nowhere more than just kick you out.
So you're hearing the operator and it's instructing you to press certain numbers if it's connected to the issue you have.
So to get there, so you don't get no all you do is press, you just kick you off a line.
Whoa. So Supreme Court, it seems there needs to be some review of how the phone lines work and how quickly. That's another issue I have, How quickly when you call certain agencies, you get to a human being. I have an issue with that because it sends you through a number of different steps, and by the time you believe you're about to get to talk to a human, the call drops, and it takes a lot of credits. Yeah, I really do have an issue with that as well, and that is what you experienced calling the Supreme Court last year as well, Chris.
You can't get nowhere, Tom, and not get nowhere. So I wonder how these judges were swearing Monday, what's their position, if them can sign the paper too. And, well, I don't know, I just said, hey, still look, Anna, I'll tell you something, One person can get this thing going right now, You need some shake-up, And it's Donald Trump, You see that they want him come here?
Donald Trump? No, we don't. Yeah, we don't want Donald Trump to come here dealing with domestic affairs. Nope. But I see what you're saying, Chris, that the matter is urgent and you feel like you're just going through, you're in limbo. Yes, I do understand that. So what I'm going to do for you is to follow up with Michelle, since it's not the first time you're bringing the issue to Consumer OR. So, of course, leave your number so that we'll be able to call you when we do the checks to find out what happened when we passed on the information to the Justice Minister.
Yes, Ms. Dana. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, Chris. All right, we're up on a break. We're going to take a break and come back with more. Again, the number is 630-9371 to 4 and 618-6730.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:31.
This Christmas, choose life. As we recover from Hurricane Melissa's devastation, we're reminded that life is fragile. Pedestrians, stay alert. Drivers, slow down. Rest if you're tired, and never drink and drive. One careless decision can change a family forever. Let's have a safe and prayerful Christmas and a crash-free 2026.
It's Monday, get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the E-Zone is here for you. With this thing of Honey Bee
and Karim Boyatings
from 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you say?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Come on one of our blind dates. Send your request to ezoneblindates@gmail.com. That's ezoneblindates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions. Share them with us at ezoneconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger thing.
Ow! Ow!
Welcome back to the Consumer Hour. I'm Tana Thomas, sitting in for NGB. Norgay Banton on well-deserved leave. She'll be back next week. Again, good morning to all of you, my YouTubers, and my friends out there in Radio Land. Good morning as well to those of you listening via the app or from the website. So the number to call, not numbers anymore, number. We're having some issues with our flow lines. So the number 618-6730. 618-6730. And I have started up something in the chat because coming off the previous conversation with Chris about calling the Supreme Court and going through a number of what the operator is saying, and then you're waiting to get to an actual personnel, a human being, to talk about your issues, and then you get disconnected. Several of you now in the YouTube chat complaining about and giving examples of other agencies with those issues, but I'm going to get to that in just a moment. We're on the line, Wesley out of Alexandria in St. Anne. Good morning, Wesley. Wesley?
Yes, Titi, I'm here.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing good, but I'm not getting anything on now.
Still nothing. I was trying to remember, Wesley, if it was an issue with Flow, or was it the NWC, or was it JPIT?
It was Flow, Tanner.
Flow.
Right, but what happened immediately after I hung up from you the other day, I called them. Mm-hmm. And they told me that somebody will contact me within the next 24 hours. I don't know how many more 24 hours we need to have.
24 hours gone. Because that was Tuesday.
That was Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then she said a technician would call me within 24 hours. Mm-hmm. You know, them program to give you some time in that 24 hours or 48 hours.
Yes.
And then you don't get any call.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so no changes.
So when they had called, they had just indicated when you called, they had just indicated at that time that somebody will reach out within 24 hours, or did they say something else? Like a technician is coming in 24 hours?
No, I called them, and listen, before I go there, who answered that, Tana? Mm-hmm. When I called them, I spent 78 minutes on the phone before an agent come to me.
What?
78 minutes, and you keep getting the music playing, and they're asking if you want to talk with a friendly WhatsApp agent, or you want live agent, you should say agent. So I keep saying agent, and they keep playing music and coming back, and I spent 78 minutes, I won't hang up.
That is...
And when they finally come on, they tell me that, all right, they because I gave them the ticket number I had before.
Yes.
Right. They were able to see the report. So So she said to me that a technician would call me within the next 24 hours because they are aware of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing until now, Tana.
I'm still stuck at 78 minutes.
78 minutes, and I determined that I won't hang up because the phone would have to cut off, Tana, because
you are using credits or like a landline or what?
No, I'm using my mobile phone, but it's a 100 number from their number, flow number.
Oh, so that's free.
Right, that's free.
But still, man, 78 minutes.
And I have something else to move to, but I wouldn't move. I sit down right here and wait, and to get somebody to talk with.
Boy, having a customer waiting online for 78 minutes just to come back and tell you that they're going to reach out to you in 24 hours.
Yeah.
No.
And that was Tuesday, so today would be 48 hours.
Yeah. But I'm amazed that they took 78 minutes just to tell you that they're going to reach out to you in 24 hours.
Sometimes you wait longer than that, and you get cut off, and you try again, and then, trust me, for you to really get to these people, you have to have patience. You have nothing to do with the test that the day like when you go to clinic.
And what a thing if you're using credits.
If you're using credits.
Because sometimes is there 100.
Right, they're 100 from their network. But, if it's the other network now, it would cost me.
Mm-hmm,
but because I have their mobile number, right? They're not. That's the service I use. Their mobile, right? So I was able to call their 100 for free.
Yeah, boy, Wesley, you could have go bathe, cook, wash, go for a ride. I'll come back. And then at the end of it, just to be told, we'll reach out to you in 24 hours.
I could have made so many runs and come back in my wheelchair.
Yeah.
Trust me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Boy, that's somebody. Oh, I thought somebody was saying late to the wait times. I didn't know that in this day and age, people calling customer care were still waiting that long on a line to have their issues rectified, and many times, as in your case, it still has not been rectified.
And if you go to their WhatsApp service, it takes you longer because when an agent come on and tell you her name and say, all right, she's your agent, and you're waiting for them, you have to keep texting and say, are you still there? Because they're not coming back. And you have to wonder sometimes you just hang up.
Oh, goodness me.
Waiting for them to respond to you via WhatsApp.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that's slow. That's the way we slow, but this is the way they slow. That's how I put it now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't treat customers like that, though, Flo. These are the people who they've come to you, and you're offering them a service and they're paying for it. They have issues. They're your customers, your valued customers, as companies like to say. You can't have people waiting on a phone line for 78 minutes. And then after all of that time to be told, we'll reach out to you in 24 hours. And then if they're reaching out to you in their WhatsApp line, the customer has to be asking, hey, have you forgotten me? I'm here, I'm waiting.
Because they ask you a question, you respond to them, and you're waiting for them to say something again. No message coming. So you have to be asking, are you still there?
Yeah, there's clearly something chronically wrong with how agencies, telecommunications, or the state agencies like NWC sometimes communicate when you reach out to them. These long delays. So maybe it's not a matter of the company, but they need to speak to the personnel. Maybe it's a personnel issue, like the personnel who you employ to do the job just don't care enough.
No, but all of them do the same thing, partner, so it look like they're so superior. Tell them what to do.
Yeah, and I would not want to think that is the case.
Anytime you call them, they have the same thing to tell you. And they apologize to you so net. When they finish apologize to you for the long wait, I say, no, Tana, you're sorry for them, you know. Feel like, oh.
When I'm sorry for you, you know.
Eh?
I'm sorry for me.
No, too nice. They put it to you. You feel like they're genuine and they're really concerned about the struggles you're going through. But the whole of them do it.
Yeah. So Wesley, my producer is telling me that the information in relation to your complaints, if you could WhatsApp it, right, Michelle? WhatsApp the information, the issue Wesley is having with Flo. Send it to.
Right.
Never mind. Michelle is saying to me that she had gotten the information and she has passed it on to Flo. So what we should do for you is a follow-up today. We'll do a follow-up today for you, Wesley. So we have your number. So we have your number. So we'll reach out to you and tell you where we have gotten in relation to the reconnection in your area.
Really appreciate it.
It's Armadale?
Armadale.
In Alexandra, St. Anne. Right.
Indeed.
All right, Wesley, you have a good day now.
God bless you too, TP.
You too. All right, thank you so much. Take care. Kevin in our YouTube chat. Good morning to you, Kevin. Kevin Lawrence saying Digicel has poor communication too. 6 months trying to resolve a billing issue. Damien Brown says, Flo is the worst, I tell you. And Damien says as well, I'm getting some overcharged bills and the same thing is happening to me. Reliant Destinations says this sounds like Flo with their this sounds like Flo with their loyal customers. And Moni PG2 says JPS2. Damien goes again, agreeing with what Wesley's saying that's true. Corrine Ferguson says, not to mention the Ministry of Labor and Social Services in relation to what I think it was Chris said earlier about the Supreme Court and having to go through, the different numbers. You know how it goes. Dial 1 if it is that you want to do this. Dial 2 if you want to do this. And then you keep going through the process, hoping that soon enough you'll get to a human being. You want to talk to somebody. And what happens in many of the instances is that the phone line gets disconnected. And then you have to start the process all over. And in some instances, you're just not getting reconnected when you make that phone call. So Corrine Ferguson here is claiming that those issues are at the Ministry of Labor and Social Security when she makes phone calls. I see Corrine Ferguson here saying, you done $1,000 credit calling all the government agencies. So now Corrine is saying not just Ministry of Labor, but government agencies. Where else are you calling, Corrine, and you're having similar issues, having to go through all these different numbers of dialing this, dialing that, to try to get to somebody to address the particular issue, and then you're disconnected. I look forward to seeing more of your comments on these issues. Don't be afraid to hop on over in the YouTube chat or give me a call. Tell me, what are your experiences interfacing with government agencies or other companies and their customer service? Going to take a break here on the Consumer Hour and come back with more.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:46.
Ever wondered how to spot a scam before it drains your account? Or how Jamaica's top financial crime fighters track down the money? Join the Financial Investigations Division on Nationwide This Morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. for FID in Action, an informative, engaging feature designed to keep you and your money safe. Learn practical tips to help you spot, prevent, and report financial crimes. Understand how the FID protects the financial system. That's FID in Action, protecting you, preventing financial crime. On Nationwide This Morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. Brought to you by the Financial Investigations Division.
Welcome back to the final leg of the Consumer Hour this Thursday morning. It's Thursday, January 8, 2026. And in the chat, I see Lorna saying Mr. Vaz needs to get involved. And then Lorna says, I know him doing rump. The minister focused on telecommunications, saying, yeah, this one needs ministerial or the minister's intervention. And I see Sue ZF3 saying, whatever chat system PICA is using, the other agencies should adopt. The phone system is a mess though. And you're saying Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, Sue, that's what you're talking about here? Because I see PICCA, but if it is you're talking about like PICA, Passport PICA, Sue is saying the other agencies or companies should adopt what PICA has. But Sue says, Lord, the phone service or phone system there is a mess. So they need to get on top of that one. And I see as well in our chat, Captain J555 says, some Jamaicans have a very high tolerance and patience for foolishness. I don't. That's right. When they fall out of line and they're doing things that are in poor customer service, yeah, man, Captain J555, you should call them up. And I see Cassius Dobson here saying, the last time I used the Flow WhatsApp chat, I sent a message at 5:23 p.m. and they responded at 1:15 a.m. the next morning. Cassius says, the last time I used the Flow WhatsApp chat, I sent a message at 5:23 p.m. and they responded at 1:15 a.m. the next morning. PN Construction Services says, NWC and Digicel, I don't have a problem with them when I call the toll-free line. All right, kudos. We like when there are good stories and good news within the bad news as well. So PN Construction here is saying he or she has no issues calling Digicel and Flow when using the toll-free line. Who's next on the line? Good morning, good morning, good morning. You're on air. Good morning.
Hey, morning.
Morning. Who is on the line?
Hey, I'm Dwayne.
Andre.
Dwayne, DW.
Oh,
right.
Dwayne. Good morning.
You know, I just want to report a truck that crashed into my wall, and from a Pepsi truck. I called them and I reported them, and they keep coming on with excuses of owning up to the responsibilities I have recording. And this one piece of run around.
When did this happen, Dwayne?
It was in the latter part of November.
Latter part of November. Crashed into your wall?
Yes, a Pepsi truck. And the driver
Pepsi.
was from...
Pepsi, the drink, Pepsi.
Yes, the drink truck,
yes.
The Pepsi ones that... Sorry?
Yes, go ahead, Dwayne.
Yeah, so it's been an ongoing thing. I keep have to call them and ask them what's going on, what's going to take place, because it's a stone wall. Mm-hmm. The driver reversed into was trying to do a U-turn, right?
Yes.
They backed into my yard and turning out, and they clipped the wall out and make quite a mess. And I have a recording showing. I called them, reporting the truck with the license plate number. They said they reach out to the driver. They said that the driver was reaching out back to me, which is nonsense, because I don't see a missed call. I don't see nothing of that sort.
And that was from November?
Yes.
Have you reached back out to them since the first
countless
communication?
times.
And what did they say in those instances?
They said said that the driver has taken responsibility and is going to reach out to us, but I see nothing going on. Even the manager said that they would send someone to repair.
They would send someone to make an assessment.
Right, and nothing, and this is ridiculous. You know, I don't understand what's going on, and clearly they are trying to avoid their responsibility. I don't know what to and I don't know where to go about this.
Mm-hmm. You should pay them a visit, Dwayne. The manager who you spoke with and made a commitment to have an assessment done of your wall. You should pay a visit to that location where the manager is located.
They did not
insist.
If there's a branch, or should I just go to the plant or I'm down on Stone Road?
Oh, you don't know where the manager is. Okay. So you should call out and find out where is this location that I'm calling to? Where are you guys located, and pay them a visit. So you have to take it up another notch, Dwayne, because clearly the phone call thing not working out. They're giving you the runaround via phone.
All right. So a question to you: is there any other? Seeing that if I go down there, chances are that they have been avoiding the calls and giving me the runaround. If I go there, I'm predicting that they will still try to avoid me. Is there a legal way that I can go about this?
You can speak to an attorney about the matter. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can seek advice from an attorney about how you could possibly proceed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for that.
Yeah, but take that next step, Dwayne. Call and find out where's their location and pay them a visit.
All right.
Yeah, and hold on to that video that you have.
I will.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Somebody earlier had indicated, some positives within all the negatives of what you guys are experiencing. And I also have a positive too that I want to share before we wrap the Consumer Hour this morning. But just to take some more of your comments before I go to that, SH says it was a death knell when these automated machines were introduced in business. I'm telling you, SH, you just go through a bot after a bot telling you stuff, and then, you're sitting there really hoping to speak to somebody, a human being, and many times you don't get to that person to have your issues resolved. Sometimes you need to talk to somebody. And even when they're sending you through channels that's supposed to get you to somebody, you don't get to anybody, or the call gets disconnected. Or like in Wesley's case, you get through and then you sit on the line for 78 minutes, only to be told, we'll reach out to you in 24 hours. Yeah. I see Lorna here saying the other thing is garbage collection. A truck came before Christmas, and that was that. Garbage is piling up. Yes, that's another issue. I see a lot of people complaining about garbage collection in their area. That's where the NSWMA, recently they got some more trucks. Maybe that might shift things a little. But yes, garbage collection, also a long-standing issue for some. And Kevin with an intervention here. And Sue says, yes, PICA, so Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, that she was applauding for how good their toll-free line, rather their automated service is, encouraging others to adopt it, but saying that their phone line is a mess. And I see Herman here saying, Tana, can you find out what happened to the phone lines at the wharf? No one is responding. My sister can't get in touch. It keeps saying mail is full. So, Michelle, if you could note that one for me. Herman Hyatt, the phone lines at the wharf, no one is responding. Herman's sister can't get in touch. It keeps saying mail is full. Yeah. And Kariva says, hi, Tana. I sent a message with a photograph and video of the conditions of the roads that I live on. The minister was on this morning, and I wanted to send it in then. All right, Kariva, so we'll hold on to that one and display that tomorrow your area and the conditions of the roads, and check as well if that is in line for some work to be done there, maybe under Go, Spark, or any of the other road rehabilitation initiatives. And Mr. Das says, we need human agents. This global norm is a problem to consumers. It really is, Mr. Das, a real problem. So before we go, quickly, the NWC posted this, a feature, Service Above Self. If we could post the photos as well of Vinroy Samuels, quiet heroism after Hurricane Melissa. Vinroy, acting plant operator at the National Water Commission's Bulstrode Treatment Plant in Westmoreland, suffered tremendous personal loss during Hurricane Melissa. Yet in the face of great devastation, Vinroy chose duty, placing the needs of others above his own. In the hours following the storm, Vinroy attempted to reach the treatment plant to relieve a co-worker who had been on duty since before landfall. When flooded and blocked roads made it impossible, he went to assess his home, only to find it completely destroyed with nothing left but debris. Facing impassable roads, Vinroy traveled by bicycle through flood waters and debris, turning a short commute into a 3-hour journey. For days, he endured these conditions, working long shifts to restore plant operations, secure fuel, and set up temporary water stations for affected residents. Although this marks the second time Vinroy has lost his home after a fire destroyed it in 2021, he remains determined to rebuild. His story, NWC says, reflects remarkable courage, resilience, and selfless dedication, showing that true heroism lies in quiet sacrifice, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to service. And on the Consumer Hour this morning, I wanted to leave you guys on that positive note. I see Beverly Ricketts here saying, TT, you did well. Enjoy your day. Birthday wishes to your lovely mom. So, Mom, if you're still listening, a happy birthday to you from Beverly Ricketts and all the YouTubers. I really do appreciate you sending out birthday wishes to my mommy. So that's about it for this morning's Consumer Hour coverage. I'm going to take my leave now. Up next, Cliff Hughes Online. I'm Tana. Good morning.
That was the Consumer Hour.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
10 o'clock.
Cliff Hughes